What's up, you guys? June the 9th of 2018. Folks, hashtag backyard brawl. I'm sure everybody has read about it, heard about it up to this point. Allegedly, a child sex rape camp was discovered in the Arizona desert. A group called Veterans on Patrol discovered this camp. They called in the help of this guy right here, Graig Sawyer. Now, folks, there's been all kinds of twists and turns in the story right here. When you go back and watch the initial videos of the Veterans on Patrol that they released, when Graig Sawyer was there, he was the one that said the straps on the trees was rape trees, that this was in fact a child sex rape camp. Now, this guy has released this video last night backtracking on pretty much all of that. He is going with the police narrative, the mainstream media narrative, that this whole entire thing here is nothing but an abandoned homeless camp. The skull that was found in the desert that the VOP people pushed, when you look it all up on Twitter, the narrative that they have created is that, and they was pushing this, that they were 100% certain that it was a child's skull. The guy was kicking the skull around, moving it all around, disturbing an apparent crime scene. What they failed to tell you was that that skull was discovered 20 miles away from the alleged child rape camp, which the police, Homeland Security, all of them have said it's just an abandoned homeless camp. Graig Sawyer, he was right there with him in the beginning, but now he's backtracked on all that. He's released his final report here saying that about 90% of the stuff the VOP is pushing is not real. It's lies. Our organization has conducted an exhaustive on-the-ground examination of the alleged child sex trafficking site, Tucson, Arizona, located on the private property owned by Cemex Corporation. Veterans for Child Rescue was among the first to respond to site based on a false report of children being kept in an underground bunker. That was their initial narrative they pushed, wanting the public to believe that they had actually discovered children, real live human children, in an underground bunker. That, folks, is a lie. He was right there with them. On Tuesday, May the 29th, 2018, our teams have been to Tucson site a number of times, examined the camp, and spoken to witnesses. Graig Sawyer, founder of V4CR, met with Tucson Police and conducted a full review of the police reports, finding and facts of the case. The original claims made of this site were found to be false, and alleged evidence could not be corroborated. We have officially concluded that the site was only circumstantial evidence that might have been indicative of possible activity involving children, but ultimately conclusive physical evidence of child sex trafficking camp, rape trees, or underground chamber for storage of children was speculative and without merit. We are very aware of the national inflated narrative that has erupted from the unsubstantiated claims made by unqualified parties. This type of attention is harmful to the efforts of legitimate anti-trafficking organizations and law enforcement. We understand that our findings will be questioned by some and rejected by others. Nevertheless, The integrity of Veterans for Children Rescue is far more important than allowing a false narrative to continue. In our professional opinion, the investigation conducted by the cops was thorough and their findings appropriate in the case. We encourage everyone to call the Tucson Police Department. This story here is the latest thing to take the internet by storm. Right now, there's hundreds of thousands of tweets about this. Specifically, they're showcasing the skull, but nowhere do you see in these tweets these people on Twitter pushing that the skull was 20 miles away, not even nowhere near the initial camp report. So, folks, who do you trust? Who do you believe here? Do you listen to everything that the VOP says and sift through and try to figure out what part of what they're saying is lies, what part may be true, what part may be a little partially true? Why would this guy, Graig Sawyer, break his neck, rush out there immediately, and now backtrack on 90% of it? He's backtracking on 90% of what he said. So who can be believed and who can't here, folks? That's the main question. Do you look at all this stuff and say, well, maybe this might be real, but this other person over here says, no, that's totally fake. It's false. It's a hoax. Does anybody know what's going on right here, folks? The cops say it's just an abandoned homeless camp. This group right here had people believing from the get-go that they had discovered children held captive in an underground bunker in the desert. That's what they had people believing. But now, other people saying no. Even one of the main men right here, Graig Sawyer, has went backtracked on all that. So there you have it, folks. Is it a hoax? Is it a psyop? Is it a LARP? Are they just doing this for attention, for clicks, YouTube views? Is there any merit at all? Why would they not tell you that this skull was 20 miles away? They failed to do that, folks. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.